Casinos hate it when you do this at the table, and they won't deal cards.
Hey guys, this is Colin from Blackjack Apprenticeship, and I'm here again with Dusty, aka Pink Chip, and David, aka Loud and Often. Thanks guys for doing this. So one of the questions I get asked is, okay, well, you've been a card counter for a long time, but I feel so uncomfortable in the casino. I think people forget we started out as newbies. We started out with our first ever session. So I wanted to spend a few minutes and talk about how to get more comfortable in a casino. What comes to mind for you guys?
For me, it's fear inoculation. You just got to do it. It's exposure therapy. Go into a casino and draw as much attention as you have to get used to the feeling of having people paying attention to you. Beyond that, there are little tricks I learned for stalling a table, or the stuff where it's like, really, this is awkward. Nobody ever does this.
Did we make you do that? Did we make you pause the table for a minute?
During test outs, yeah.
That was one of the things that we would do during a test out. Sometimes we would make a player pause the table during their hand for a minute. So imagine, you're playing, you're counting cards, all that stuff, and the dealer gives you a 17 against a 3, and we say pause the table, and you sit there. 3 seconds go by, still, and the dealer's like,
dealer wants to move on,
and you're like, hold on,
to be like, wait,
give me
stop.
a minute. Yeah. I'm thinking, and they're like, 17, are you good? No, and it's been 10 seconds, and But what you learn from it is that you have all the time in the world, and like you said, fear inoculation.
Yep, fear inoculation, and then you learn little tricks too. Like casinos hate it when you do this at the table, and they won't deal cards when you do it. So if you could sit there for a minute, texting or not texting, or pretending to text, or finding a word for words with friends or whatever, and just be an oblivious person and not a card counter at all. All of a sudden now they're thinking this guy has like his camera out and he knows he's not supposed to have his phone out at the table. You're still drawing attention, but for a completely different reason than I'm counting cards and I'm trying to just stop the table. If you can find something else to do in addition to stop the game and make everyone stare at you, that helps.
Okay, so you're saying get comfortable being a distraction or being all eyes on you, which is interesting because one of the things I always tell people at boot camp is look around at a casino. You're probably not the most interesting person. You can feel like all eyes are on you, and maybe they are if you're at the table on your phone like this, but sometimes it helps to realize, oh, I'm just one of 1,000 people in here. Nobody's looking at me. David, do you remember your first session? Was it difficult?
Yeah, no, I agree with all of that. I think the nature of what you're doing starts with, okay, you've really got to focus on the game. You got to focus on playing it right. And so you're not thinking about those things, and the casino is watching you and you're worried about all this. But the first moment of sort of accessing ways to deal with it or ways to calm down a moment is the idea that you need to take as long as you need to make the right decision. And so there's some space there, like, okay, I'm not in a rush to play as fast as I can. I want to make the right decision. I thought the first lesson that I needed to learn was like, okay, this table belongs to me. I'm the customer. I'm here playing a game. I'm going to make the decision that I need to make in the time that I need to take. And they will never, kick you out for taking too long to make a decision. I would love to see the person who's been kicked out because they took too long to make a decision. But that was the first thing. And then everything else is like, once you get comfortable with the game, then it's like, look around at all the silly things that are going on here. This is a very silly place with silly people. And to remind yourself that you're human, they're human, the pit boss is human, and we're all sort of doing the best we can with the job that we are getting paid to do.
Yeah. So I would say you got to start somewhere. I remember my first ever session. I'd spent time at home practicing, and then, I go to this casino and I'm trying to play and I'm trying to add like $5 per true count or whatever. And I remember the two elderly ladies are laughing at me and speaking another language about me. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I'm so embarrassed. Like, what did I play wrong? Who knows what they were talking about? But it was like, I don't know if I can do this, but I stuck with it. I remember, maybe a month into playing, this pit boss saying, Colin, you're so much more comfortable in the casino now. It was like, I didn't even realize it, but because I was playing regularly, I'd gotten used to, I started out terrified, like, what's going on here? Lost the count, I'm sure, in the first shoe, but a month later, like, I could handle the situation, I could manage it. And a year later, we're like doing team play with thousands of dollars, and I'm stalling the table, waiting for the big player to get to the table, So you just got to put that, I think some of these other things, what else comes to mind for you guys, just getting more natural in casino?
I think time. I think lots of different casinos, lots of different situations. I think taking breaks is good when you're feeling stressed out. And coming back to the table fresh. Quitting when you're too tired to make the correct decisions. I know for myself, like, if I'm pushing it, it's been a really long day, I'm more emotionally reactive to negative swings or things. So it's just knowing yourself, your mental game, your body, it's part of it.
I always talk at boot camps about realizing you have all the rights of everyone else in a casino. As a card counter, some of the feeling uncomfortable is thinking like, oh, I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be or whatever, but no, you're not. You actually, I'd say, you're doing exactly what you should be doing in a casino, which is playing a game to the best of your ability in a way that you could win at it. But if you say, you know what, everyone in the casino is a patron that has the rights of a citizen, U.S. citizen, if you're a U.S. citizen, some of that just being like, oh, I am allowed to be here and do this, and calm yourself down, get the time in, get comfortable. Anything you'd add to that, Pink Chip?
Yeah, it's a dance. And it's not just an in your head dance with numbers and playing deviations and chips and playing decisions. It's also like you have a role in this ecosystem, and it's kind of a chosen role. By the time you've put in the hours that it takes to master this skill, you've chosen to be the person here beating the casino at their own game. And that means the pit boss, who's put in however many hours learning his job or her job, has, they're playing a different part of the dance. And you never know if they're going to play it straight or if they're going to be a goofball or if they're going to be threatening, but you have complete control in how you respond to it.
Yep.
Be artful and self-expressive with it. You can do whatever you want.
Yep. It's inevitable at every boot camp. Someone says, well, won't it be weird if I do such and such? And I say, yes. What we do is weird.
Yep. What
we do as card counters is weird because everyone else in the casino is going there to lose money, and it's like they're gray and no one notices the gray people coming into the casino, going out of the casino, and we're in like Technicolor. And you got to own it. Yep. If you want to, get the time in, just own it, do what you got to do, take their money, and live the good life of a card counter. Awesome. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys, just to think through how to get comfortable in a casino. Enjoy it. I think it's an awesome ride. Don't let the casino or anyone else make you feel weird, or let them make you feel weird, and be okay with being different, because we are different. We're taking the casino's money.